do more than an hour. You can spend money out at the zoo, but you have to bargain. And you can't pay him what he wants. And as soon as you walk down here and start turning into the left, you'll see junk beyond you.
Big wave, come on, a big wave.
Ahmed Bassett! ולא לקחת לי את הדוגמה של הסלון, שאחרת לקחת קופסה, השקע אותה ביד כמה ליום.
Excavation vessel from the Philistine temple at Tel Kazoo, ceramic.
What does that mean?
What?
What do you do with that?
You lick it.
Okay, Mark just said you lick it.
Lick who?
I said, what do you do with this? He read it to me. I said, what do you do with it? And you heard what he said? What did he say? What?
Something you taught him, Paula.
No, I never heard that before from him. That's what Mark was reading you. In the museum shop.
Things that come from the Negev or things that come from places all around the country. They don't even tell you where. But there are places like this, which I've seen, where every farmer, this is for wine, for grapes, every farmer stores his grapes in one of these individual vats. Sometimes these are even rooms. And then when one at a time your turn comes, you put it on here, and you give a big squash, stretch, with all your feet and everything, and the stuff goes out this little hole here to the initial bit. Goes out the little hole here, and it goes to this one, and to this one where all the sediment and all the rubbish stops and goes all the way down to there. And as it goes, it sort of purifies and puts strange influences. And this is a real thing that actually works. And here's another one.
Mark, ask Walter where the baseball card museum is.
Yeah, he doesn't want you to do this because it makes the glass dirty. My story to tell you when you go this is that I donated the coin to this museum.
Which one?
This one. And I donated the coin which my brother-in-law had, which was a British mandate coin, Palestinian milk, with the back shaved off and the stamp of the Etzel, the Irgun, both sides of the Jordan and the hand holding the rifle. And that was a propaganda thing, to take the British coins. And I donated it here, and it was here. And then they had a robbery. And the thieves came and they took the gold coins and mine. And that's all I got there. No. So we know that.
אם נמצא משהו מאוד דומה, יכול להיות.
What do you think, Mark? You got any of these coins in here?
Probably do. When I get to the new stuff.
My kids are supposed to touch this stuff. In that super, here's
This
the
is
window.
in the Spanish churches, that's just a screen now. Is that what you mean? They use a metal screen?
Well, in the Greek churches, it's a screen. Yes. There's a window.
Those? I didn't know Beethoven had mosaic.
Yeah, there's one with those there.
Isn't that beautiful, Judy?
All the colors and things, yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
The blind people can feel it and feel the colors.
It's like Ouija.
Gaza Strip mummy. Anthropoid clay coffin is what they call that. Coffin is part of a large group of anthropoids unearthed at Deir el-Balah in the Gaza. Ossuaries, where they dug up the people after 3 or 4 years and they put their bones in another box where they just stacked them up inside the grave. In the Herodian period in Jerusalem, after the flesh had decomposed, the bare bones were collected from the tomb, reserved in the ossuary. All these are on here. That's one, that's a small one. The cover on it. This is another small one with some engravings, and this is another ossuary.
everybody.
Right.
The
Hi, Mark.
Hi.
This pavilion is about ceramics. It's got beautiful stuff in here. I wanted to look at the 4-room house, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. And and we saw that up Megiddo yesterday, although it was cold. And they have one here.
This is 4-room house, so there's one for sleeping and eating. I guess that's the second sleeping. And there's a pantry and story, and that's cooking and house activities. So that's a 4-room house. I guess that's unusual. The 7th century BC, so 3,000 years ago.
And Brian sat down between the pillars. Yeah, it had pillars like this pillars. It had pillars here. And here's all the kitchen and the cooking. A lot of this basalt, this black basalt, we've seen this already, is for grinding. Because a lot of the food is ground. Hummus and tahina and all that stuff is ground stuff. So, they have this, you see the jars with little juglets on top of them. When you pour out oil and anything that leaks instead of leaking on the floor, leaks back into the jar. So you have these big oil jars with little juglets next to it. And here's the eating and the sleeping area. And they made this out of mud brick. And you sleep and eat in the back room. And
I like
this is,
that. You sleep that way anyway.
and it's simply, it's mud brick with mud plaster on it.
In the back.
And in general,
Their coats and their robes.
Stacy wants
Yeah.
to live like this.
I mean, they literally.
and here's the little ways you can make aluminum. They're making the rugs, the kind of rugs you saw. Walter.
She wants a TV, a maid, and this. I live in masseuse.
In Megiddo, you was in the sun. Other places you see mud brick. And here's a cooking stove. Look, you put your pot on top and make a fire on fire. Because of the hummus and tahina and Turkish salad and baba ganoush and all that schog and chilbe and tahina, all this stuff which is ground up. Everybody did that. And the pottery and the juggler and the oil pots and the oil juggler. You see. Anyhow, this whole thing is about pottery. It's got beautiful stuff in it.
Nice house, Stace. Absolutely.
It looks like one of those little golf putter things. You hit it in there and it
It's
goes
dual function, right?
it goes down
It's a
comes out the
putt-putt
other side.
stove. This is another optional stove here. I guess this is when you want a hotter fire, closer to the fire. Maybe that's for frying, and that's for boiling and baking. A multi-wick oil lamp, maybe 20 watts. And there's Jennifer, she's about 100 watts. And there's all single bulbs, talking about the different wicks and watts and oil lamp structures. Right, Jenny? What else did he say? Jenny girl? What? What did he say?
Sugar. They came with sugar. Oh, that's like some kind of deer or an antelope or something with like the mouth of a weird animal. And it seems pretty strange. What kind of mouth is that? Looks like a small something.
And what is the next figurehead look like?
That's a human being with a beard on his chin and a big nose. He's probably Jewish.
Does he have his mouth open?
No, it's a beard. He doesn't. He has 2 lips up there.
He's got lips up there.
And this thing
You're right,
is a juggler. The people fighting. This guy, he's hunting. He's hunting ibex. Ibexes.
The guy looks like a cartoon character, doesn't he?
There it is.
So they had jokesters then too.
It wasn't funny though. It was a serious work of art.
What about comic strip characters? They might have had Superman or something.
Here we have the Superman. Cannon Octopus.
Melting things.
It's a hell of a shaft. So copper mining in Eilat goes back 3,000 years.
Digging for copper. Go back up. Just dig years for Egyptian mining shaft. 60 million.